Hello and welcome back to another Nerf combos video for the channel. My name is Luke Triton and today we are covering the Icon series Stampede. This is a fully automatic blaster that takes magazines and it has 6 tactical rails. No barrel or stock attachment point choices, but with all those rails there's a lot of potential. So this is going to be a very interesting video because when I re-entered the hobby back in 2019, the first blaster I talked about and did videos of was the original N-Strike Stampede. So in a way, this is like a remaster for that combos video. More attachments have come out and have entered my collection, so this should be quite fun. Now when it comes to nerfing or other similar kind of games and hobbies, there tends to be 3 conventional roles, or at least I can say that to be the case. You got a heavy gunner, someone who's more orientated to close quarters combat, and someone who will stay out back and be more of the long range sniper, so to say. Now I like to see those as the 3 traditional classes, and we go through those first before we go into any more. So we always start off with the heavy, and my goodness, this is what it looks like to have 2 Stampede shields on a blaster. So, to be honest, I love it so much. I mean, look at this. How stupidly cool is that? The magazine of choice is a 30 dart drum magazine. Now there are bigger ones. The Raider had the 35 dart drum. And of course, the Titan had the 50 dart drum. But at least with my ones, they don't feed reliably. So if I'm going to have a drum magazine, the biggest one I can now go to is this one, the 30 dart drum from the Infamous. And up front we have the Zombie Strike Twin Slice, which is a very unique and very cool attachment, as well as a melee weapon of sorts. These are 2 foam discs, you can throw them, get some long range tags, and that is excellent. I wouldn't recommend using the Twin Slice as any kind of actual melee weapon on the blaster itself. It's not really for poking, it's half display piece, half throwable item. But that is my heavy gunner class. Up next we have the Close Quarters combo. And it is a bit of a mess, but I think this is quite a cool mess. So straight away we can notice a couple of attachments. First of all, on this side of the blaster, we have the magazine holder. And this is a blaster attachment that's absolutely should have existed ages ago. I do know there were people out there, myself being one of them, who made a custom version of this. But when the Demolisher Ultimate Customizer pack came out for Modulus, this was included and many fans were like, yes, it's like a really convenient attachment. And of course the magazines we are using for this combo is the standard 18 dart magazines. Now there are 22 dart magazines out there, which is basically the same sort of size but a bit more curved, like 22 dart banana mags. I don't have those, but at the same time it's basically the same sort of thing, but then again, 4 more darts is 4 more darts. We have the Super Soaker Shield, which I believe came with the Lightning Storm. I'm not really big into Super Soaker, so the name of the blaster escapes me, but as a shield, that's a cool attachment. Whilst we're on this side, we have a torch on the other side rail. As petty and pathetic as that is, it's still nice to be able to have something on the side rail because it's there, might as well utilize it. And we need a foregrip because when you're going slow, you need to make sure you have ultimate control of your blaster all the time, always. And what is better than a blaster grip? Also from the Modulus line, that's 2 extra shots ready to go. Now because this is not a flywheel blaster, you're not revving up flywheels to give away your position, but at the same time, 2 more emergency shots is something anyone could really take advantage of. So this is my Close Quarters combo. And now we move on to the long range combo. So not every blaster is obviously kitted out for certain roles. This is an assault rifle, more in-your-face aggressive blaster. It is not supposed to be a sniper, but this is the best I could do. Now straight away the scope is the Fortnite scope. It's big, it's glorious looking. I think it's the biggest one Nerf has made. A little bit bigger than the long shot one, more stylish and more realistic, so to say, than the Modulus one. And yeah, the colour combination matches the Stampede really well here as well. Up front we have the green Modulus laser, which is, you know, it is what it is. It's pathetic. It's supposed to be a toy though, so it is what it is. At the same time, I feel like every sniper rifle needs a laser pointer to make their shot as accurate as possible. You know what else snipers need? They need a bipod. So this is my favourite bipod. It is from the Centurion from the Mega line. And it is a folding bipod, but trying to get the legs to fold on this is a bit difficult. This one is a bit stiff, but I promise you it does do that. But as an overall package, that's not too bad. I've once again decided to stick to the 18 dart stick magazines. Now, true snipers would only need the 6 dart magazines for the ultimate style points and the whole one shot, one kill sort of thing. But for this kind of blaster, it just fits so much better. But all the same, this is my long range combo. So with the 3 conventional classes out of the way, it is now time to look at my personal combo. And this is not as busy as I thought it was going to be. So even though it has 6 tactical rails and I love attachments, I felt like the more I add, the more I kind of ruined it. So straight away, the magazine of choice is the 30-dart drum magazine from the Infamous. This is the biggest drum size I have that feeds reliably. Again, the 35 Raider drum and the 50-dart Titan drum do exist, but mine doesn't feed reliably, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm kind of limited to a 30-dart capacity, but that's just for a drum. The 18-dart stick mags work wonders as well. Up next, we have a folding grip that we see from numerous Modulus products. This one is from one of the later Strife reskins, and the color combination, once again, at least in my opinion, fits the look of the blaster really well. That orange and black, that's really good. We also have the green Modulus laser from the long range combo, and it's nice to have a laser pointer or light on here somewhere. And I feel like that front end there kind of fits it really nice. There's a nice visual appeal. Compared to the torch you would have on the side, I was going back and forth, but I like how streamlined that looks. It looks quite thin. And the optic of choice is the red dot sight at the front. Now, I do like the fact that I can aim down the iron sights just fine, but for the sake of having another attachment, I've gone with the red dot sight, which means I would need to aim down the top rail here, which is not a problem. It does take a bit of getting used to, it must be said, but visually it is something else. So this is my personal combo. And now we move on to some gimmick combos. The first of 3 is N-Strike Glory. I can't even get the full thing on the camera. So yeah, we have a lot of the original N-Strike attachments. This makes 0 sense, but that is the point. We have, well, speaking of points, we have 2 laser pointers, which is, this one's green, I believe. Yeah, look at that. This one's a green laser back in the N-Strike days. And this was its own product, which is really cool because that's something you would expect with Modular, but back in the day, this was a rarity. We also have the red laser from the Recon, which is it working? I can't tell on the camera. Yeah, I think that's working. And yeah, it's just its own silly thing. We have 3 optics. We have the Recon flip sight, the scope that came with the long shot, and a scope that came with its own thing. I think this was standalone as well. Then again, I'm pretty sure this came out with the Element, which was actually another blaster that came out in the Icon series. But yes, it's another option, so we have it there. Also, we have, well, technically I'm cheating here a bit. This is a dart tag blaster, but this came out during the days of N-Strike, so it counts, and it can be attached to rails. It's not properly on there, but that'll do for me. And given how it's supposed to be loaded, we have the Barrel Brakes dart holder, which was one of my favourite attachments back in the day, because this was the only other way of really holding more ammo on your blaster, so this was quite popular. And of course, 18-dart stick mags, because, you know, this was an original N-Strike blaster. This came out during the days of N-Strike. Done deal. I can't see the magazine insertion point because of all the attachments in the way, but yes, this is the joy and the wonders of N-Strike. This next combo is simply known as Reference. Do you get it? Do you get it? So the Icon series version of this blaster only came with the shield. The bipod grip was not included, which is a bit of a shame because it's a really good attachment. I do love the 2-in-1 sort of nature. I don't like, however, how my one is a bit difficult to close the bipod on. And of course, yeah. So this is what it originally looks like when it came out all those years ago. It's one hell of a reference. And now for this final combo, we are going to be a little bit more serious. Does anybody remember the original box art where the Stampede looked like this? So the original idea was for it to sell with the shield, same as always, but to also include a 50-dart drum. Could you imagine the timeline we would be in and the advancements made in the hobby if this came out in 2010? We would not see this 50-dart drum until 9 years later in 2019 with the Titan CS50. This is one hell of a package, and to be honest, look at this, it's just so cool. This is the first time I've put this combo together as well, because I do remember that box art, and I do remember thinking, what if we were able to, like, you know, there are people out there who are clever enough to 3D print their own magazines. What if somebody made one of these? And then, of course, the Titan came out, and all of our prayers were answered. it's so fascinating to me, where I keep thinking back, just what if that worked? What if this was released like this? This would be a completely different product and would probably be one of the best blasters of all time. So that is the end of the video. That is all of the combos I have for you. Thank you all ever so much for watching. It is a bright sunny day here in merry old England. I've tried as much as I can to not make it so bad when it comes to the lighting in this room. The lighting in this room has been awful forever. If you've been a long time subscriber of my channel, you will be understanding of that. But yes, now that we are entering the summer months, if I'm going to do videos like this, it could be a bit awkward. But at the same time, I'd rather not close the window entirely. So in this case, of course, with this video, you can see pretty much everything I'm holding up in front of you. But sometimes it just is what it is. All of the links in the description are for some more Luke Triton good stuff, including my Discord server, second channel, Instagram and Flickr pages. And of course, keep an eye out on my community tab for more polls and updates. Thank you ever so much for watching, folks, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.